Hello, dear traders. Welcome to the Trading Hero channel for a weekly review of trading results. This week, all portfolios showed profits. Also, this week, we added a new $5,000 portfolio in the third version, which has a capital allocation system similar to the larger portfolios. This, according to backtesting, has enabled us to avoid stop losses since 2010. We hope this trend will continue. If you would like to change your 5,000 portfolio in the first or second version, please contact us. We will advise you in detail and help you make a choice. Let's start the review with the first portfolio, $5,000 in the first version. This portfolio gained 1.1% for the week, while the $5,000 portfolio in the second version brought 1.3%. The new portfolio of 5,000 in version 3 brought 1% profit. The 10,000 portfolio in version 1 brought 0.6%. Portfolio for 10,000 in version 2, 0.4%. Portfolio for 10,000 in version 3, 0.6%. Portfolio for 20,000, 0.5%. Portfolio for 50,000, 0.7%. Portfolio for 100,000, 0.5%. Portfolio for 200,000, 0.6%. Let's go to the MetaTrader and see how we traded this week. We are on the hourly time frame of the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. The gray rectangle marks last week's trading area. Each vertical line separates one trading day. The market is continuing its upward trend on this currency pair. This week we have reached and renewed local highs. The price approached a fairly serious resistance level that was formed back in March. And after the price tested this level 3 times, the market dropped, and we spent the second half of the week in consolidation. This week we had quite a few trades on buy and sell. We currently have several open buy trades. As we expect the trend to continue upward, we plan to close our existing trades with a profit at the beginning of next week. This week's profit amounted to $1,223. The next currency pair is the Australian dollar against the New Zealand dollar. The situation is similar. The market is still in an uptrend, and the price has also reached the resistance level. The market tried to break through it several times, but each time it returned to the support line. We can say that the price is in a corridor. We currently have several open buy trades and expect them to close early next week. This week's profit amounted to $164. The next currency pair is the Australian dollar against the US dollar. The price of this asset was within the range of the previous week's prices all week, with a small breakout of the lower boundary on Monday. However, the price quickly returned to the main range and remained in it for the second half of the week. This week's profit amounted to $229. The next currency pair is the euro against the British pound. The downward trend continues for this asset. The market is slowly approaching the previous consolidation zone, from which we can expect a correction. And since we have open trades, there is a good chance that we will close them early next week. This week we didn't close any trades, so there's no profit yet. The next currency pair is the pound against the US dollar. We continue to see a downward trend on this asset, with highs going down and lows going up as well. On the good side, this week, one of the 2 chains of trades that had been on the market for more than a month was closed. Now there is only one chain of 6 trades left. To close it, we need a price correction to the middle in the range between the second and third order from the end. Given the current downtrend and the active position of sellers over the past 3 weeks, we have every chance of closing this chain of trades next week with a profit. This week's trading results amounted to $145. The next currency pair is the pound against the Canadian dollar. The situation is the opposite for this asset. We have an uptrend. This week's price is almost close to previous resistance levels. From our point of view, there is a high probability of testing and breaking through these levels, after which the market may go into correction, which will allow us to close the trades we have taken with profit. This week's profit amounted to $85. The next currency pair is the US dollar against the Canadian dollar. For this asset, the price broke through previous local highs, set a new local resistance level, and then began to decline. As the range of fluctuations narrows, we will wait for a breakout of one of the local support or resistance levels. We currently have one open trade, and this week's profit was $122. And the last currency pair is the New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. The price of this asset was in the range of the previous week's prices all week. Only on Tuesday night and Wednesday were there unsuccessful attempts to break through the highs and lows of the previous week. The price spent the entire week in consolidation. We still have sell trades from last month. To close them, we are waiting for a deeper price correction. As for the technical picture, unlike the British pound, we don't have a clear downward trend. We can see that the trend is narrowing. Therefore, we are waiting for the support line to break through and for existing trades to be closed with a profit. And this week's profit was plus $589. Thank you for your attention and see you in the next video review.